Hey guys, Pichu here, and today I'm showing you the 2006 Pichu London Cup Series drivers. First off, we have Mark Truex Jr., and he's a rookie this year. He'll be taking over the one car for DEI. And these are all his paint schemes in the one car. Kurt Busch will now move over to the two car for Penske Racing. Rusty Walls did retire after 2005. That still happens, but in 2006, Kurt Busch takes over the two. And Dale Earnhardt the Intimidator returns in number 3, but this will be his final season. So 2006 will be Dale Earnhardt's last season in the Pichu London Cup Series. Kyle Busch will be in the 5 car in 2006, and this is his CarQuest paint scheme. So Kyle Busch stays in the 5 in 2006 for Hendrick. Mark Martin stays in the 6 car for Roush Racing for at least one more year. Signed on for a 1-year extension recently to be in the 6 car for 2006. And here are all the paint schemes they'll be running this season. Paul Menard and Robbie Gordon will actually be splitting the 7 car this season. There's Paul Menard's paint schemes. And here are Robbie Gordon's paint schemes. Dale Earnhardt Jr. returns in the 8 car for DEI. He runs another year in the 8. Casey Elliott stays in the 9 car in 2006 for Everham Motorsports. At least one more year he'll be in the 9 car. And then Elliott Sadler stays for another year in the 01 car for MB2. And the 07 car, Clint Bowyer moves to the 07 car. After last season, I believe Dave Blaney was in that 07 car and actually won a race with the team. But despite winning a race last season, Clint Bowyer takes over the 07 car. Obviously, a couple veterans are being taken out of rides for younger talent, and Clint Bowyer is one of them. I mean, Dave Blaney was one of them, with Clint Bowyer taking his spot in the 07 car. Scott Riggs stays for another year in the number 10, but Everham Motorsports has acquired the number 10 from MBV Motorsports. You see, MB2 was running under MB2 and MBV because Valvoline co-owned the number 10 team. But now they sold that team over to Everham Motorsports, and Scott Riggs stays with the team in Valvoline as well. And there you see, they'll be running the Cars paint scheme in several races this season. Denny Hamlin is going to take over the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. Denny Hamlin, a young rookie, also is going to be taking over the 11 car. Rob Moroso, I believe, ran the 11. And after going winless in 2005, he was let go from the team. And so Hamlin will be in the 11. Ryan Newman will be in the number 12. He will return to the number 12 this season for Roger Penske. And there's Steve Park. Steve Park moves into the 14 car for MB2 Motorsports. They sold off their 10 team but decided to open up a new team, the 14, for Steve Park. And Waste Management, Principal Financial Group are among the sponsors for this season. Actually, Ginn is sponsoring them as well. There's Steve Park in the Centric and Wiley X. Those will be his sponsors for the 14. And Paul Menard, as I mentioned earlier, he'll be splitting the ride with Robbie Gordon in the 7. But on races that Menard will not be driving the 7 car, instead Robbie Gordon does, Paul Menard will drive the 15 car. And as you can see here, here are the paint schemes that he'll be running this season, the 15. So Menard will ride the 15 on races that he is not riding in the 7, so that he competes a full schedule and shares the ride with Robbie Gordon. And Michael Waltrip will compete in the 15 car on races that Menard is not on the 15 car and he's in the 7 car. Waltrip will be in the 15. Otherwise, he'll be in another number, and I'll show you what number that will be in a little bit. Greg Biffle returns to the 16 for Roush Racing, and here is some of his paint schemes he'll be running in the season. Matt Kenseth stays in the 17. I mean, Roush Racing, they had success last season. All 5 of their drivers had at least one victory in 2005, and they're looking to hopefully top that in 2006. That would be a little tough because, well, 5 drivers from the same team winning at least one race is no easy task. But 2006, they hope to actually top that, but only time will tell. J.J. Yealy will be in the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. He replaces Bobby Labonte in the 18 car. And there you see the paint schemes he'll be running in 2006. Another young up-and-coming rookie J.G. Ely being the 18. 2006, it's the year of the rookies, man. Clint Boyer, Denny Hamlin, Warren Truex Jr., J.J. Ely. Should be a big year. Casey Kane stays in the 19 for another year for Everham. And there's all of his paint schemes they'll be running this season. Tony Stewart returned to the 20 to defend his championship. He won his second title last season, now looks to win his third in 2006. Jeremy Mayfield moves into the number 21 car. Last season, Tim Richmond was in the 21 for his final season, but he is now retired, and so Jeremy Mayfield takes over the Wood Brothers 21 machine. And here's all the paint schemes that the Wood Brothers will be running this season. Dave Blaney will be the number 22 for Bill Davis Racing. He returned, and that's where he moves. He goes from the 07 to the number 22. Scott Wimmer didn't really do so good in Bill Davis for his 2 seasons there in the 22. So they're bringing in a winner who they know won a race last season, Dave Blaney. Dave Blaney will be the number 22 for Bill Davis Racing in 2006. So he already has a win last season, so he's looking for more in 2006. Jeff Gordon in the number 24. He went winless last season in a shocking fashion. He hopes that this season is the redemption season. He hopes to redeem himself after going winless in 2005. 2006 could be his year for a comeback. Jerry Nadeau's running number 25 for GMAC Hendrick Motorsports. Nadeau stays. He never has that career-ending crash in 2003, so Nadeau is with Hendrick in 2006. Jamie McMurray moves to a new team for Roush Racing, as McMurray now runs the 26 car with Irwin, Smirnoff Ice, Sharpie, Crown Royal, and yeah, among those sponsors, he'll be driving the 26 car in 2006. And Davey Allison makes his return over to the series again. He returns for another year, Robert Yates. At this point, he is an aging veteran, but we'll see if he can finally break out of his winless drought this season, 2006. Kevin Harvick stays in the number 30 car for RCR. Goodwrench returns as sponsor for another season. Jeff Burton will be in the 31 car Singular Wireless 2006 RCR machine. So Jeff Burton goes to RCR in 2006. Travis Quample, he won at Daytona last season in an upset. He moves to PPI Motorsports in the number 32 Tide machine. Ernie Irvin stays with Robert Yates in the number 38 car, and he was riding with combos as well. Kenny Irwin Jr. was runner-up last season in the points. He runs the 40 car for Chip Ganassi for at least one more year. David Stremme in real life was the driver of the 40 for Chip Ganassi, but in the PLCS, Kenny Irwin Jr. never had that fatal crash, and he is running in the 40 for Chip Ganassi this season. And also, David Stremme will be staying in the Busch Series for another year before he makes his way on to Cup next year. Reed Sorensen joins the 41 team for Chip Ganassi, so they do have their rookie this season. Reed Sorensen is another up-and-coming driver for 2006. We'll see how well he'll do with his new team and his new Cup ride. Casey Mears moves to the 42 Haviland car for Chip Ganassi. Bobby Labonte will move over to the 43 Penny Enterprises machine. Cheerios and Cascadian Farms. Fruity Cheerios. STP's even coming back for several races to sponsor the 43. Pillsbury Bake Off, yeah. And Terry Labonte, the 44 team. Terry Labonte, this will be his final season. So both Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte will retire after 2006. So this will be their final season together. Adam Petty stays in the 45 car for Penny Enterprises. He went winless last season in hopes that this season, like Jeff Gordon, he turns it all around and collects a few more wins in his comeback tour in 2006, as you see all the schemes he's running in the 45 team. Jimmy Johnson is going to return in the 48 car, and Michael Waltrip will drive the 56 car. I know it says 55, but pretend it's 56 because I want Waltrip to run the full season as well. So his team is running 15. If Paul Menard does not run the 15, let me explain. In races that Paul Menard does not run the 15, Michael Waltrip runs the 15. But if Menard runs the 15 in some races, Michael Waltrip will move to the 56 car. It says 55, but pretend it's 56. So This was from Griffdawg, so shout out to him for making this car. I'll leave links to his cars in the description. Brian Vickers moves to the Real 55 car, and UAW Delphi moves sponsorship over to the 55 Team Hendrick team. This again was created by Griffdawg. Oh no, actually Griffdawg made the 15 Michael Waltrip car, not the 55 Michael Waltrip car. The 55 one it came with the 2006 set. I got this from Team SBR, and I got all the original Cup cars from Team SBR. So shout out to them for making these car sets reflecting their years. But anyway, Brian Vickers is in the 55. This is Griffdawg's car, and this is not Griffdawg's car. The 15, by the way, Michael Waltrip is Griffdawg's car. I thought that's what I was trying to mention. So I apologize for that error. Anyway, Brian Vickers is in the 55. Robbie Gordon goes in the 66 car. On races, he is not driving the 7 car. He's driving the 66 for Hans CNC Racing. I know it's kind of weird having him with a different team, and his own team is running with a different driver. But I think this is the best I could do. And I wanted to give Robbie Gordon a full season, in 2006. So this was the only way possible. Hans CNC 66, Robbie Gordon will drive on races where Paul Menard is in the 7 car. And this is another paint scheme I forgot to show you with Robbie Gordon when he drives the 7 in several races in the season. Dale Jarrett returns at number 88 for Robert Yates Racing for at least one more year. Rob Moroso joins a new team. Hall of Fame Racing opens up, and Rob Moroso becomes their full-time driver for the number 96 Chevrolet for DLP Instruments. And number 99, finally, Carl Edwards stays for another season for Roush Racing after a pretty good rookie season and a few wins along with that. So Edwards looks to have a sophomore season. Carl Edwards looks to have an even better sophomore season in 2006. So those are all your drivers for the 2006 Pichu London Cup Series season. Can't wait to run with these guys. Anyway, hope you guys will watch the 2006 season highlights video. It's going to be a lot of fun to do. This is Pichu London. I'll see you guys later.